this season. We're just coming out of the midpoint of summer. Isn't that crazy, folks? We're actually even past that now. We're creeping along to August. Can you imagine that? I don't know, but I've always told by those who are a little bit more seasoned than I that time just marches on and goes by quickly. And I never believed it when I was a teenager. I used to think summer just dragged on, and I loved it. But now I'm on this side of time, and it seems like time doesn't stand still. And to me, I really do. I'm always looking down going, there's got to be a way this thing's going. The sun has to be going faster. I've been trying to go on NASA sites and different, I mean, I really feel like time is going so quickly. Why am I saying all that as far as time? I feel that in a season and summer, and I know parents know this, you get to a point where you just and of course that's what summer kind of does. You relax, you kind of sit back a little bit, you chill. Some of you beach people you think you're at the beach and you're not. No, you're in denial, but you're in Longview, folks. There's trees all around. You're not at the beach, okay? But you have this mentality, I'm just going to kick back and relax, and this is who I am. And spiritually speaking, I feel that sometimes we get stuck in a rut. Just throwing that out there. And I've been doing obviously I do a lot of praying, but in my spirit, I just felt like this is the direction I need to go, and this is one of those how do I questions I needed to answer today. But I actually received that question before many times is, man, how do I, and maybe I didn't know how else to word it, so this is the way I worded it today, but for lack of other words, I called it being stuck in a rut. But I've got the questions like, how can I break through? It seems like I'm spinning my wheels, or I'm doing everything I can, or in some cases, some people like, I really don't. I kind of like where I'm at right now. I'm really comfortable, but I know I need to break through. Every word you want to choose that, folks, I'm calling it just getting stuck in a rut. How can I have an experience of breakthrough? How do I just go all the way and experience all there is that God has for me, if it's healing or deliverance or salvation for my family, or just a sense of freedom, or a sense of just being closer connected to God? I don't know the situation, but I know that all of us at one point or another, and maybe you're here today and you're thinking, that is exactly what I'm feeling right now. I just feel like I need some sort of breakthrough, and I just need to know how. Is there scripture, is there an example out there that says I can break out of my situation? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Can you say amen? You didn't ask, but I'm saying you did. I'm glad you asked, because there's an incredible story of someone who took the initiative and broke through his situation that he found himself in. And I feel it is, to some degree, I almost connect with Bartimaeus to some degree. But in Mark chapter 10, there's an awesome story there. And so, would you guys stand with me to read God's word? And we're in Mark chapter 10, as I mentioned before. I'll start at verse 46 and work my way through the end of the chapter 52. So let's read together. My translation might be a little different than yours, but nonetheless, it's still the word. Then they came to Jericho, as Jesus and his disciples, together with a large crowd, were leaving the city. A blind man, Bartimaeus, which means son of Timaeus, was sitting by the roadside begging. Verse 47, when he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to shout, Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me. Many rebuked him and told him to be quiet, but he shouted all the more, Son of David, have mercy on me. Jesus stopped and said, call him. So they called to the blind man, cheer up, on your feet, he's calling you. Throwing his cloak aside, he jumped to his feet and came to Jesus. What do you want me to do for you? Jesus asked. And the blind man said, Rabbi, I want to see. Go ahead. Faith has healed you. Immediately he received his sight and followed Jesus along the road. Let's pray. Father in heaven, thank you. Thank you, God, for your word. Thank you that we can find gems like this in your word. And some of us have been hearing this story for quite some time. And maybe today has been the first time for somebody. But what a story of faith. What a story of healing. What a story, Lord, the bigger story and all that, Lord, is you still listen, you still heal, you still deliver. Your me closer. As a pastor, as a man, as a husband, as a father, Lord, I want to leave this place changed. I want to be closer to you. Thank you, Jesus, for your word. I ask this in your name. Everybody says. Would you high five somebody there next to you before you're seated? Blind Bartimaeus, I mentioned, it's one of my favorite stories, actually one of the first stories that I read back when in the day when I first gave my heart to God and became a Christian. It's one of the first stories I really connected to. Of course, when I first started out my journey with Jesus, I read the New Testament. Again, I was so drawn to the New Testament and the words of Jesus, the teaching of Jesus. And but if you ever want to know anything about me, my first book was the book of James. Anybody ever ask you, you get in a trivia situation, and someone calls you and says, I got $1 million. If you can tell me, what was Edgar's first book you ever read? You guys can answer. It was the book of James. Okay, some of you guys are still asleep. I'm pretty glad at that. Anyway, I love these stories. I love the stories, one of my favorite stories. But I've come to a conclusion walking through these words, and we're just going to go straight through verse 46 and 52, because I feel there's such an incredible message for somebody in this place today, but I'm believing it's more than just one somebody that's going to get set free here this morning. But there's reasons why people are stuck in a rut, if you will. First one is they don't want to get out. Number one reason is they don't want to get out, but the second reason is they don't know how to get out. You say amen? Either don't want to get out or they don't know how to get out. And that's what we're going to cover today. And in your word and in your bulletin there, I've got some notes for you that you can follow along. This is a practical message you can literally take home and put it into your life, and it'll set you free today. This is not my word, this is God's word. You say amen? But there's 5 observations from Bartimaeus that'll help us have this breakthrough in our life. The first one, number 1 is, and this is all from his perspective, he didn't wait for the ideal circumstance. He, as in Bartimaeus, he didn't wait for the ideal circumstance. Verse 46 says, we can see this straight off, right out from the very beginning. Then they came to Jericho, as Jesus and his disciples, together with a large crowd, were leaving the city. A blind man, Bartimaeus, was sitting by the roadside begging. That clue right there lets me know that old Bartimaeus there took initiative to do something to break out of his situation. And word tells us he was blind for quite some time by the roadside begging. That's just kind of what you do. They don't have any other skills. You're blind. What else can you do? So in his case, he would just sit on this roadside and beg for whatever scraps or anything that somebody might be able to give him. The clue that jumps out to me is he didn't wait for the ideal situation. It says right there, there's a large crowd. He's blind, and he can't see really what's going on, but he can hear that there's some kind of commotion happening. There's Jesus in the town. And wherever Jesus went, and now listen, because of the proximity of where Bartimaeus is, I'm sure he can hear that there's a person who's been walking from town to town, healing, delivering, setting people free. You just mentioned Lazarus jumping out of the garden. I mean, there's things happening when Jesus shows up to a city. So someone who's in the know would be someone who sits there in the hub of what's happening, just listening to patients and listening to what's going on. And somehow Bartimaeus says, there's something happening out there. Jesus isn't telling us. And the fact that there was a large crowd didn't stop this man from taking the initiative to do something to change his life. Is anybody listening to this? He's saying that. Bartimaeus didn't wait for the ideal situation. He didn't wait and say, well, I think things need to line up a little bit better. I'm not dressed right today. I mean, I'm wearing shorts and flip-flops. I just don't feel like I'm presentable enough. Hello? And maybe you guys ever make any excuses like that. I'm being nice. This is what they're called. They're called excuses. I don't know, maybe nobody's ever made any excuses like that before, but I've actually had these conversations Because I'm not one to jump to a large crowd and just start talking to somebody. Okay, so for me, I've actually had that where I'm just going to wait until things kind of somehow celestially the planets are lined up, and I'm feeling gravitational pull a little less today. And you guys with me, guys. I mean, the tide's not right, the moon just didn't kick in, and things are just not right today. I think I'm going to put off to another day. Now, guys, listen, I'm using a very exaggerated excuse meter, if you will. I just made that word up. Some of us have used some crazy excuses as to why we are not going to jump out and break through whatever situation we're in. And I'm just here to tell you, folks, if you want anything to change, you've got to change something about yourself. And Bartimaeus knew that. God's plan. But the one person who could change all that, he happens to hear, is in town. Folks, we have the opportunity to have Jesus in your presence every day. And yet, he walks by our situation, in our houses, in our churches, and we don't even merely look at him, let's just pray that. And Jesus is saying, would you please come to me? I can change your situation in your life. That message is for somebody here today. And this is why I don't know what else to call it. I call it being stuck in a rut. Whatever your situation might be here this morning, I'm praying that maybe it's just getting closer to having that kind of relationship where you hear God's voice all the time, but you're not quite there yet and you don't know how to get there. I'm telling you right now, you've got to take the initiative and get in the presence of the Messiah. Are you with me here today? That's what you got to do, is get in proximity of Jesus. And here's the thing, guys, we're in the greatest arena ever. Jesus is here today. All we have to do is just call out to him and take the initiative and not let some ideal circumstance we're waiting around forever to happen. The ideal circumstance is every day. Can you say amen? Every day we have that opportunity. Moving right on. We get past that. Number 2, he took responsibility for his own actions. This kind of goes into what I just said. Number 2 is he took responsibility for his own actions. When he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to shout, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. You notice Bartimaeus, the fact that he was still there, nothing was going to happen to him until he decided to do something for himself. You guys listen to me today? He didn't sit around for somebody else to do it. He didn't sit around for the government to kick in and do their job. Hello? He didn't sit around for something else to kick in. There's got to be some kind of program out there that's going to help me get out of my situation. He didn't wait around for things to happen. He took responsibility for himself, and he cried out to the one person who can change him. His name is Jesus. His name is church. That's our situation today. Now, I don't know what you might be needing today, but I know what I need, and I'm not going to sit around and wait for somebody else to do the crying out for me. I'm going to do it. Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. Have mercy on me. You say amen, church? We're blaming everything and everyone else. Let's do something about it. You say amen? What are you waiting for? Number 3, he didn't worry about what people said or thought. Didn't worry about what people said or thought. Verse 48 says, many rebuked him and told him to be quiet, but he shouted all the more, Son of David, have mercy on me. Isn't that, to me, I love this picture because they tried to quiet down the poor man, and he wasn't having it. Do you understand that? Oh, blind Bartimaeus wasn't having somebody shut him up. Are you with me today, church? I mean, you have those in your life. You're going to find people in your life that are going to say, shh, shh, shh. That's kind of all this. Like, that's it. Y'all always kind of shut down the chat. Should go, people. My kids know that now. When I do, they can hear me across the Disney World, okay? I can do, and they know, okay, Daddy's trying to get our attention right now. That's kind of what happens to our situation. No. That's not going to happen for me. So you listen, Jesus is right over there. I can hear his footsteps. I can literally hear him. He's right there. I've been blind for too long. I'm not going to sit here and wait for things to happen, for things to line up, for something for you. No. Listen, Jesus is right there. He's in the healing business. I'm blind. 1 + 1 = this is what's going to happen for my life. I'm reaching out to the one who can change. Church, you with me today? I'm reaching out to the one who can make the change in my life. I'm stepping out. I'm going to do something. If anything, I'm crying out to the one who can make the change. He did it. I love this part of the story because the fact that people tried to quiet him down made him shout. Scripture says made him shout even more. You guys probably have that friend that you try to quiet down maybe in movie theaters or wherever you're at, and it makes them go even louder. It doesn't work. That's the kind of guy. That's what I think about when I read this story right here. He's the annoying friend that some of you might be that annoying friend. That's why you're not saying anything. Probably you. And that's a good thing because in this case, it pays off for the annoying person because it works. Nothing's going to quiet this guy. He's going to connect to the one who can change his life. Picture with me, say that. Man, that's good stuff. Thank you. Here's a little Edgar. Don't be held hostage by what people think. Here's why. Chances are the people you're worried about probably need to change as well, and are thinking the same thing you are. Okay? Let's chew on that for a little bit. Some of us have the tendency to think, well, if I say something, if I do something, then people are going to think this or they're going to say that. Folks, I hope by now you realize in the situation, in this culture we're trying to create here in this church, I hope you're never worried about that, because that should never happen. I hope you feel that you have the freedom to experience any kind of change whatsoever you need in your life. No one's going to say anything, and chances are the one thing you're worried about, I bet somebody else in this situation is probably going through the same thing. And you can set them free. Are you guys with me today? You can set them free and really help somebody connect with their Savior. Number 4. He let go of his insecurity and did something. He let go of his insecurity and did something. I love this last part of this, folks, because verse 50 to me just sets it right there. I didn't expect this. The first time I read this, I laughed because, again, I'm a picture person. I can literally picture this happening, played out, and illustrated for me. And it says, throwing his cloak aside, he jumped to his feet and he came to Jesus. You guys still with me here today? He threw his cloak aside and he came to Jesus. You do understand that the guy was blind, right? That's why that jumped out to me. But here's the observation I want to make for you today. He can still hear, he can still talk, and he can still walk. What does that tell me? That Bartimaeus is going to use whatever he still has to make things happen for his life. Church, you're with me today. There should be any excuse whatsoever because God can use whatever it is you have right now to do something with your life. No excuse. When I'm blind, can you still hear? Can you still talk? Can you still walk? In Bartimaeus' case, he could. And what did he do? Jumped out, threw off his clothes, and says, I'm running to the one. You're just going to have to talk, Jesus, because I don't know where you're at. Make some noise, but I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. I love this picture, folks. I hope you're capturing this. There's so much to this story. This brought even more conviction for me. When you sit around and start feeling sorry for yourself or thinking, if I can only have this, or if I had this. Anybody have that ever conversation? Man, if I had this, I could do a lot with that. What about the thing you have right now? What are you doing with that? Ooh, man. Man, you had to go there, that kind of hurts. Can you go on to somebody else? That's the painful part and the painful conversation the Lord had with me. Even this week, I'm preparing for this message. But Edgar, quit belly aching about junk you don't have. What are you doing with what you do have right now? You may be blind, but you can still walk, you can still talk, you can still hear. What are you doing with that? Church, you with me today? I guess the challenge to you is, what are you doing with what you do have? What are you doing with what you do have? Quit doing this conversation thing, because been there, I've had that conversation. Even recently, man, Lord, if I just had this, I can do a whole lot. So much I can do with this, or I can do with that. Can you imagine God? You know, you have that where you can kind of help God out, like you can't see. You ever thought about what can happen here? I mean, you have it all drawn out. You know, you can just put your power to it. It's right there. God says, but Edgar, what are you doing? What you have now? So that's the question I turn to you, church. Young people, it doesn't matter whatever your age is. What are you doing for the Lord now? What talent are you sitting on? Ooh, you have to go there today. It's something you shouldn't preach like that. But what are you doing with what you got right now, church? I'm still going to ask that. I'm going to keep drilling it until you leave this place mad. Hopefully not at me, but I can deal with that. But get mad at God's word because God's word is very plain to us, folks. We don't have much time left. And there's a lost and dying world out there. And I guess the question is, what are we doing to save those people? What are we doing to save them? I'm not just fired up because of what's happening in our situation at home. Yeah, there's a little bit added bonus to that, but still nonetheless, that just reminds me even more of how lost and dying people have been some rescuing guys. And we've got the greatest story that ever existed living inside of us if you're a believer of Christ today. It's that simple. What are we doing with the greatest story that's ever been told? What are we doing with that? When's the last person that you talked to about God? Let that sink in. Who was the last person you talked to about God? When's the last time you stopped somebody and just asked them how they're doing? I've shared this before many times. I know on Wednesday nights I'm able to be a little bit more candid. But man, there's just something, I've even been with staff when this happens. You just stop and ask somebody a simple question. It's unbelievable what people will pour into you and just give you the opportunity. I had that happen the other day. I was supposed to be eating better, but I ended up breaking down. I ate a juicy taco. Okay? Because tacos music, what else are you going to do, right? So, happened to be over there, and I'm getting distracted. It's Fed ordered her salad thing. You got to eat healthy. Not me. I went with the tacos, and so I'm looking up, and I couldn't almost order my food. I'm looking at this girl, and I'm like, "Hey, how's your day?" And she goes, "Oh, okay, I'll open the door for me." I was like, "Really, is that bad?" She goes, "Well, it's just not a good day." So we ended up right there. I'm like, I know she was wanting me to order my dumb food. But we ended up just talking about life. And we took the next 5 minutes and just talked. And just talked. And I said, you know what? Man, I know it's going to sound really weird. I'm not creeping on you, but somebody out there really loves you. It's not me. But somebody out there really loves you a lot. And his name is Jesus. And man, folks, that's all it takes. I didn't preach a 3-point sermon, ask for an offering. You're actually asking for mine. Okay? It doesn't have to be like that, folks. It's just a matter of just recognize there's dying people out there that just want to know that Jesus loves them. It's that simple. You don't have, I didn't bring him here, but you don't have the credential card that says Assembly of God Reverend on it to go preach the message, guys. You have the message. You could be going to work with somebody every day and you just haven't done it yet. For some reason, you haven't had that conversation and how God changed your life and saved you. Folks, I'm challenging you right now, this Monday, go change someone's life, man. It could be a coworker, it could be someone that go talk to Tuesday, go order tacos somewhere and say, that's all we go. Lord, this is goodness, it's fajitas and meat and cheese, and I pray that through the Holy Spirit you use that. I know I'm being funny right now, but it works. Open yourself up and have a conversation with people who need to. I know I'm drilling this, folks, but man, I guess I'm stirred every day for the lost. I hope you are too. And this, you know, can I give you a little formula how that works for me? I ask God to make me uncomfortable every morning when I get up. Every day. You say, what kind of prayer is that? Are you a freak or something? I guess I am. I ask God to make me uncomfortable every day because I never want to forget the feeling of what it's like to be lost. That should motivate me. I know. What a crazy prayer. Why would you pray that? Because I just want to walk around Longview, in Dallas, or wherever I may be, and have that uncomfortable feeling that there's someone out there that is drowning and needs me to throw the rope out there to them. With me to the church? That's what I see when I hear this story. I really do. But there's something that needs to be done, and I'm the person to do it. It has nothing to do with the title of my name. It's the fact that Jesus saved me. Why would I not share that? Jesus saved you. Why would I not share that? If you have the formula, someone's been poisoned, you're sitting on the antidote. Would you share it? Would you share it? Think about that. Would you share it? Would you save somebody who's drowned? Unfortunately, there's people in this world that don't. You heard that story already. God forbid it ever happen spiritually. Someone's drowning out there, and we just sit back on the banks and we laugh. But spiritually, we do that every day if we don't share God's story. Church, I already told you I love you, so I hope I'm not mad at this preacher, but I guess I'm motivated even more so today. But it's because I love my church family. We should be an army out there, loving on people. Loving on people. You would he's saying in church, this is what this is all about today. Take advantage of what you do have and step out of faith. And I'll close with this. Thank you, Mark. And this is the best part of the story. Bartimaeus, he asked and believed that Jesus was going to touch him. He asked and believed that Jesus was going to touch him. Verse 51, the last part of 51, and then verse 52, it says, the blind man said, Rabbi, I want to see. And I love Jesus' response. Go, said Jesus. Your faith has healed you. Immediately, watch this. Listen to this. To me, this is the clincher. Immediately, he received his sight. Now, that's good. But what did he do in return? He followed Jesus along the road. Jesus transformed his life. And did he sit on that? No. He followed Jesus along the road. I bet he followed him as long as he possibly could. Telling people, I've just received my sight. Let me tell you about the guy who did this. Church, you with me today? He received his sight and he followed Jesus. He didn't sit in the comfort of his home. He didn't just hang out and relish it. Oh, man, this is good. Woo! Let me just sit and process this. It's good. It's gonna, yeah, I'm gonna hang right here. I'm fine. I'm gonna hang right here. Relish in this goodness that he is. Did he do that? He turned around and received the sight. I'm gonna follow that guy. I want to be as close to him as possible because around him is where things happen. People are saved. People are delivered. Families are put back together. People can see because of this guy. I want to be around him as much as I can. So it turns back around to questions to church. What are we doing with that today? Are you that passionate in following after the man who just saved your life? I don't care if it happened 20 or 30 years ago or just happened last week. Now, free for me. And I'm more in love with Jesus today than I was back in 1983. August. I'm coming up on my spiritual birthday. Put that on. I'm never going to forget that day. August 1983. Yeah, I know I'm an old guy. August 1983 is the day that I received my sight. I wanted to run after that guy. I've tripped and fell many, many times. Got the scabs and scars to prove it. It's not easy following the Savior. Been tripped up by bumps and rocks on the road, dirt. Yeah, there's people standing on the sidelines and throwing some rocks at me and they've insulted me, tried to discourage me, but nothing's going to stop me from following the one who gave me my sight. Church, we do that. That's what this is all about. Are you passionately running after the... I'm sorry I had to preach 30 minutes just to give you these last 5 minutes, but to me these last 5 minutes are the best parts. We tend to focus on the healing side of it, but I'm more focused on what Bartimaeus did with his healing. He followed Jesus. That's the whole sermon right there. Should have started with that to send you home. But you had to understand what caused him to follow Jesus. He received his sight, but he did something with it, folks. Yeah, I'm sure he was thankful, but he followed Jesus. That's a huge message right there. That's the sermon. This pastor's heart's asking you right now, I'm begging you, are you following Jesus that closely